Good morning, everyone. This is Raju Upadhyay from Siemens College, Patna. Today, my topic is what is function in C programming language. So, first of all, we'll be talking about what is a function. A function in C is a set of statements which are specifically written for performing a specific particular task. So, in order to perform any specific task, we can create a function. If you are going to write a function, it provides you the facility of reusability and modularity in your application. Take a real life scenario. Let's say if you wanted to create a calculator, and I am considering that my calculator is having only 5 basic functions like add, subtract, multiply, divide and percentage. In order to perform the task in a more systematic manner, what we can do is we can create a 5 different function. Add function I'll be writing for doing only the job of adding of a calculator. Then subtract for subtracting the numbers, multiply for multiplying a number, divide for dividing a number, and percentage for calculating certain percentage of a given number through the calculator. And definitely apart from that, we have to write the mandatory function that is called main function. Right. Now, whatever you are going to write as a part of the function, it has to be written as a part of opening and closing curly braces. This is going to form a block of a function, right? Every function should have opening and closing curly braces, and within this we have to write the set of statement for which for the intention of writing any particular, in order to get the any kind of job done, right? Now there are two different kind of functions available in the C language or any other programming language. One is system defined function, or you can say library function, or you can say predefined function. So there are certain functions which are available in the C programming language. I name few those functions like printf function we have, scanf function we have, getS function we are having a putS function, we are having a getChar function, we are having a putChar function, we are having a getC function, we are having a putC function. Likewise, n number of functions are there which has been already created by the C, right? So these kind of functions are going to be called as system defined function, or you can say predefined function. Rather, sometimes people are saying these are the library function. In order to perform these kind of functions, we have to include certain header file in your application. Apart from that, we are having certain functions which are created by the user for their specific task. Let's say I wanted to perform certain task. In order to perform certain task, the library function is not available. So what we can do, we can create our own customized functions, and this is called user defined function, right? So definitely we are making use of and these functions are basically called building block of C programming language. That means in order to create a big program, so those programs are based on so many different kind of functions which can be the system defined function or which can be user defined function, right? So here I am going to explain the signature of a function. So how we can declare the function. Every function should have return data type. So that return data type you provide before the name of the function. It's not mandatory that every function should have the return data type. Sometimes some function may not return any value. So here you can specify void. That means it is not going to return even any value. This is the name of the function, this is the mandatory, every function should have the name, but at the time of writing a function, we have to adhere the rules of identifier, right? So already we know that what are the rule of identifier. Keeping that in mind, we have to write the name of the function, and every function may or may not have parameters. There are functions which doesn't take any parameters, there are functions which takes the parameters. So it is up to you whether you wanted to send the parameter or not. If you are having a parameter, so obviously those parameter has to be separated by comma, right? And every parameter should have their parameter type, and then they should be having their parameter name. Likewise, if you're having, and it may be your parameters may have a different kind of data type, it can have the similar kind of data type. As a parameter or as a signature of the function, we consider three things: the number of parameter, their data type of the parameters, and their sequence of the parameter. And since you are going to declare this particular function, so at the time of declaration, this declaration has to be end with the semicolon. But whenever you are going to define the function, at the time of defining a function, what we have to write here, let's say the same function which we have declared, if you are going to define it. So the very first line which you are going to write here, that is called function header. So that function header, as we have discussed in the declaration, that time it was integer return data type. So this integer is the return data type of the function. It indicates after performing certain specific operation, what kind of value it is going to be returned. The kind of value which you are going to return related to that data type, you have to mention as return type. This is the function name. These are the parameters, the actual parameters. And as I mentioned, every function should have, as a body of the function, the body need to be written within opening and closing curly braces. And here, the value which we have passed to this particular add function x and y, this x and y is getting sum and stored in the variable called sum, and that value is getting returned by the return keyword. So you have to take care of one thing in the mind. If you are having a return data type, there must be a return keyword inside the function followed by appropriate data out here. So as a function series, this is my part 1 where I have just discussed what is called function, what are the different kind of functions, how to declare the function, how to define the function, right? I hope you must have liked this particular video, and in the next video we are going to have the different kind of functions like in C language. There are 4 different kind of functions which we are going to publish very shortly. Thank you very much.